gents, for joining us today. Before I start the formal Hooge Day service, I'd like to welcome Robert Davis. Robert. There you are. Robert is the grandson of David Owen Davis. Robert has travelled to join us today from Maidstone in Kent for this occasion. So thank you, Robert, for joining us. I'll just tell you a bit about David, his grandfather. David was born in Holyhead on the 16th of June 1893. It was a fateful day, 16th of June 1893. He was educated at Tranmere High School and Birkenhead Institute. He then became a stockbroker's clerk. He enlisted in the Liverpool Scottish on the 16th of December 1912 at the age of 19 years and 6 months. 2 years later, he was mobilised with the 1st Battalion on the 5th of August 1914 and proceeded overseas with the 1st Battalion on the SS Mesdames on the 1st of November. He took part in the Battle of Hooge that we're commemorating today. He was wounded in the right shoulder. On recovery, he rejoined the battalion and was wounded again on the 25th of September 1915. Another gunshot wound, this time to the left hand, and he lost his thumb. Eventually, he was evacuated to the UK on the 29th of September 1915. He must have been discharged because he re-enlisted again and was mobilised again on the 25th of January 1916, again with the 1st Battalion of the Liverpool Scottish, but he returned to the UK on the 20th of March 1917. He was then transferred into the Labour Corps, presumably because of his injuries. He again served until 1918, on the 2nd of April 1918, he went back to France and Flanders with the Labour Corps. And he was finally discharged on the 4th of June 1919. He was awarded the 1914 Star, obviously with clasp, the British War Medal and the Victory Medal. He was also awarded the Silver War Badge for the wounds. Post-war, guess what? He rejoined the Liverpool Scottish at Fraser Street, re-enlisted on the 24th of January 1921, served for another 12 months. He subsequently got married, presumably how Robert's joined us, and died on the 20th of December 1953. Another character who served with Liverpool Scottish, wounded at Hooge. Thank you everybody for joining us today. This our Regimental Day. We are here today to commemorate Hooge Day, which the Liverpool Scottish have marked since the end of the First World War, and commemorates the anniversary of the first major action that the Liverpool Scottish participated in during the First World War. The Liverpool Scottish arrived in France on the 3rd of November 1914 and were attached to the Regular Army's 9th Brigade in the 3rd Division, and they moved into the line of Kemmel in Belgium. After a static winter of trench warfare, learning their new trade, the battalion had its first opportunity to get to grips with the enemy on the 16th of June 1915. The 9th Brigade was ordered to attack and capture 3 lines of enemy trenches near the village of Hooge, just east of Ypres. This action, afterwards to be called the first action at Bellavada, just Hooge to the Liverpool Scottish, was to be their first time over the top. With their regular comrades in arms, they leapfrogged forward to capture their objectives. They succeeded in their aim and held the captured ground for some time, until ordered to withdraw because their flanks were exposed. However, it was a costly action for the battalion. Of the 23 officers and 519 men who went into action, only 2 officers and 140 men came out unscathed. Official figures later showed that 150 of all ranks were killed in the action, with many dying of their wounds later. One such member of the battalion was
Private Ramsden Calmady Bailey, number 1942, the son of Mr. R.C. and Mrs. Elizabeth Bailey of Green Lane, Birkenhead, and husband of Winifred M. Bailey, formerly Roberts, of Fox Street, Birkenhead. A pre-war volunteer, joined the Liverpool Scottish in March 1909. Worked for Camberlaird Shipyards and was a fine amateur footballer. He had married shortly before the war, started and became the father of a baby son early in 1915. He was mobilised in in August 1914 and accompanied the original contingent to France aboard the SS Maidan. The following November, he was killed in the charge at Hooge on the 16th of June 1915, aged 24.
The second such member of the battalion was
Private David Lorimer, number 2711, the son of Mr. and Mrs. David Lorimer of Lodge Lane, Toxteth, Liverpool. A pre-war volunteer, he was mobilised in August 1914 and accompanied the original contingent to France in November 1914 aboard the SS Maidan. He was killed in the Battle of Hooge on the 16th of June 1915.
the third such member of the battalion was
Sergeant Frederick Thomas Jones, number 3325, the son of Thomas Arrowsmith Jones and Edith Laura Jones of Horringford Road, Egberth, Liverpool, a member of Garston Cricket and Lawn Tennis Club. He was employed by David Rollo and Company of Bootle prior to his volunteering for the Liverpool Scottish in August 1914. He was another who accompanied the original contingent to France in November 1914 aboard the SS Maidan. He was invalided home briefly in December 1914 suffering from frostbite, but he returned to the front early in 1915 and was killed in action in the Battle of Hooge on the 16th of June 1915 at the age of 26.
Now listening. Parade. Jump! Mr. Molyneux.
Sir. They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. But at the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them.
When you go home, tell them of us and say, for your tomorrow, we gave our today.
Parade, stand at gaze. O God, the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, of whom the whole family in heaven and earth is named, give thy Spirit to the Liverpool Scottish, that we, as our fathers have borne themselves as one against many enemies, so we may ever remain one family in thee. Through Jesus Christ our Lord.
Amen.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes our commemoration service for the Battle of Hooge today. Thank you very much for joining us. And those of you who can, please join us for the AGM. Please, sir. Thank you. Parade. March off the colour. Parade. Ball. Out. Parade, stand at gaze. O God, the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, of whom the whole family in heaven and earth is named, give thy Spirit to the Liverpool Scottish, that we, as our fathers have borne themselves as one against many enemies, so we may ever remain one family in thee. Through Jesus Christ our Lord.
Amen.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes our commemoration service for the Battle of Hooge today. Thank you very much for joining us. And those of you who can, please join us for the AGM. Please, sir. Thank you. Parade. March off the colour. Parade. Ball. Out.